All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's 1 o'clock. Melissa, should we get started?
Yes.
Yes, we
All
should.
good.
Okay, great. All right. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you to the Florida Virtual Campus, and thank you to the Professional Development Alliance. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello and welcome. How's everybody doing? Please let us know in the chat. Give us an emoji. Give us a word. How are you feeling today? Welcome to the Build Your Brary Bootcamp. I'm Information Jason Anfinsen, and joining me is Nicole from the library Sotak, and we are part of the amazing library team from Seminole State College of Florida. Today, we're going to be joined by our colleagues to discuss an exciting variety of student engagement programs and outreach initiatives at SSC Libraries. Through a panel, play, and presentation model, we will spotlight NIGHTBRARY and LunchBrary, gaming, social crafting, social media, and admin support to help you build your brary. To kick things off, Nicole and I like to do a little bit of an icebreaker, so please use the chat to answer 1, 2, or 3 when you spot the lie in this 2 truths and 1 lie game. Number 1, Nicole and I are both faculty, research, and instruction librarians. Number 2, one of us is a vodcast host and a mom of 2. And number 3, one of us is a former international supermodel. Please use the chat for 1, 2, or 3 and guess the lie. Nicole, I can't see the chats. You're going to have to let me know. I'm guessing
we've got lots of 3s.
A lot of 1s?
We got some 1s.
No,
lots
we're
of 3s.
credentialed. They could have put 2s. I don't see it. There's no 2s there?
No 2s yet.
Nicole, we're going to have to do a new icebreaker. Maybe we need to put a rubric because maybe they're not understanding with the, okay. It's all 3s? Oh, this is embarrassing. Oh boy. Well, I guess we'll never find a thank you, Judith, for putting in 2. Thank you. I did see that. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you all very much. All right. So the ice has been broken. Thank you. So let's meet the library team. So I'm Information Jason Anfinsen. I created NIGHTBRARY and LunchBrary, and I serve as the managing producer for both student engagement programs. Nicole, passing the mic to you.
Yes, I'm Nicole Sotak, also known as Nicole from the library, and I have worked closely with Jason and the library team to support these engagement programs.
Claire?
And
Hi, everyone. I'm Claire A. Miller. I'm a librarian over at our Altamont campus. I'm the point person for the Stitching Circle events, and I do a lot of outreach on the Altamont campus.
Ross.
Yep. Hi, all. I'm Ross. I'm also one of our librarians here. I mostly work at the Sanford campus and online a lot. But I kind of manage our gaming events here at the library.
Morgan?
Hello, everyone. I'm Morgan Tracy. I'm the director of college libraries. And while all these folks are having fun, I'm paying the bills. That's my role in a nutshell.
And Andrea.
Hi, everybody. I'm Andrea. I do most of the marketing and outreach for all of the campus libraries, as well as the tutoring center here at Sanford Lake Mary.
Boom. So there's your dream team, and here's a look at the schedule for today. So we're going to have a lightning round introduction to NIGHTBRARY and LunchBrary with an elevator pitch panel. Well, it sounded better when I wrote it. Then we're going to break out into 5 different play stages. You have your opportunity to learn more about NIGHTBRARY or LunchBrary, admin support, socials and marketing, the gaming and the crafts, and then you can switch the stages. Okay, so we're going to be there for a full hour, so you can go back and forth. There's a Q&A built in, and then the entire group, all of us, we're going to rejoin this main room for the product stage. And what we're hoping, the outcome for the end of the day, is that you'll build your brary and create at least one new student engagement and outreach program for your learning community. Sound good? Sounds good. All right, everybody. So NIGHTBRARY, let's jump in. I define NIGHTBRARY as a noisy approach to library programming, college outreach, and student engagement. So we started NIGHTBRARY in the spring of 2022. Flashing back just one term before that, in the fall of 2021, that is when Seminole State just rolled out their first year seminar course. That's when I was hired, and that also was COVID. So everybody was trying to think, hey, how do we get folks to come back to campus? We want to motivate students to return in person for classes. And part of that first year experience, to get credit, you need to go to 2 different events. And so everything was kind of coalescing. And of course, we were thinking, much like you were thinking, how do we get folks back and how do we kind of shake off this COVID fog? And of course, that's where NIGHTBRARY student engagement program was born. So this is NIGHTBRARY. This is a look at our summer flyer. On the left, you can see all the activities. It's built on 3 different pillars: games, music, and art. And students receive credit for coming to that event for their first year experience course. The library provides complimentary sodas and snacks. We want you to make memories and make friends. And it really is kind of a Lollapalooza of different events for the students to come, get engaged, meet other folks, and really feel like they have a sense of belonging in the third space, which of course we want to be the library. Art club. So we team up with a bunch of different student clubs. The art club are in the art area. That's a dedicated makerspace for coloring and drawing and painting and doodling and socializing. The chess club, they are in the game gallery. Now that is a sprawling space of board games, puzzles. Morgan purchased an Xbox. We have an annual game pass. And then we borrowed a ping pong table from our friends in the rec and intramural sports division. I'm still advocating for a swimming pool. I have yet to hear on that request. And if you like music, the Cozy Corner is your spot. That's for karaoke, dancing, or live performances. So we like to give the library different spaces throughout, and students really sort of magnetize to those different spaces, and they create agency and they make those spaces their own. The Cozy Corner, right on point, has been one of our popular, highly sought after pieces of real estate on the campus. We took out book stacks. We removed, I think we have 1,500 square feet. We added 100 seats. And the library, of course, we partner with everybody across the college campuses. Some of the stakeholders you see here, the jazz combo playing up top, and then the touring company for the theater department on the bottom there, part of our collaboration with the Center for Fine and Performing Arts. And so we want partners to book their programs, events, and lectures and curricular activities in their Cozy Corner, but we can't do anything unless we start, and the NIGHTBRARY is the start. Students take ownership of the space. So here we see a student band. They're called Our Little Secret, and just a little bit of a warm, fuzzy backstory. They met at NIGHTBRARY. They never played a note together. They were never in any other bands. They formed this band, and they said, hey, we want to perform at the finals party for the spring, and they did. And so this was their first gig, and we live streamed it on our popular YouTube channel. And also pictured there, you could see our Cozy Corner sign that was painted by the student leaders in the art club. So NIGHTBRARY, it runs every Wednesday. This is a 3-hour appointment-based opportunity for students to put it on their calendar, to work it into their busy schedules. And this is the only evening program offered at the college. We are a commuter college, so we want students to come and spend as much time here as they can. So we do 15 weeks in the fall and spring, plus an extra finals party where the library provides food, and we have extended hours during those events, and those are pretty much where we get lit, I think the students say, or they turn up, or razzle dazzle. I don't know what students are saying, but they say it. These are those students. Let's take a look at NIGHTBRARY, shall we? And a listen. Everyone else in the room can see him. Everyone else but you. Ready to light up our world like nobody else. The way the team makes your head as we Awesome. So that is our NIGHTBRARY, and let's talk a little bit about LunchBRARY. So LunchBRARY hits different. LunchBRARY runs in the daytime, also on Wednesdays. LunchBRARY is 1 hour, and the major difference is that LunchBRARY is built really on campus collaboration. So I define LunchBRARY as a daytime collaborative extravaganza co-created by librarians, student clubs, college departments, and teaching faculty throughout the library space. Now, what does that look like? Well, this is an example of our spring 2025 term. As you can see, sardines are packed into the can we are loaded with our college departments on the left-hand side. You could see everything from the film department, the academic success center, federal work study program, etc. And then the student clubs also make up the art area. So we kind of do have that Lollapalooza sort of approach, different areas throughout the library having different events, and that's over the 16 weeks. So we co-create these unique Lunchberry experiences with students, student leaders in the clubs, and also faculty and mainly the college departments. And so we have the art area, the game gallery, the cozy corner, and then we also have a fourth area which could be added on for our wellness component. And that's in the leisure lounge. And that area, we have therapy dogs, very popular. We do things like yoga or chair yoga, or a lot of our reading initiatives happen in that leisure lounge. Here's a list, not an exhaustive list, but a list of the student clubs that we work with. We've become great partners with Student Life. They book a lot of their WOW entertainment events, and we also team up with the Career Center, and they do their skill session developmental workshops, all in the cozy corner. For many years, they were looking for places. They'd, check out spaces throughout the college, but they've landed in their home, which is in the cozy corner, and they bring in a lot of students and student engagement. In fact, the first 3 WOW events that they do, and WOW is where they bring in like a hypnotist and a magician, that brought over 450 student attendees just for the first 3 events at the beginning of each term. So we rely heavily on our fabulous partnerships with leaders in the student clubs and also the organizations to co-create events for Lunchberry. Also, what we've done is we've kind of opened up the scope, and we've allowed everyone. We've given them the keys to come in, and we want community engagement. So in the upper left, the college's preferred credit union, Addition Financial, we team up with their experts, and we have financial literacy workshops. Seminole State counseling and advising. We have NIGHTBRARY, where we register for classes using the computer corral in the library. On the right, Decision Day and Seminole State at Night. That's where high school students get the opportunity to come over. They're bussed in during the day for Decision Day, and at night they come with their parents. And the library is a huge part of that tour. And we also showcase the honors research of the Honors Symposium. We work with the First Generation program, the Bachelor's Career Fair, etc. So again, partnerships. And we've also teamed up with faculty and program the departments, and they run their own programs. So a great example is the Arts and Letters program. That's comprised of humanities and English faculty. They came to us and said, hey, we want to book a full day to celebrate the author and literary legend Zora Neale Hurston, who's from nearby here. We're in kind of central Orlando area, Sanford, Lake Mary. Zora's from Eatonville nearby. Anyway, they booked a full day of events on all of the campuses, including online. Perfect for us because, again, we gave them the keys and they came in and did their thing. Tuesday Voices, we've teamed up with the English department, and they basically said, we want to take over Tuesdays. So every other Tuesday, they have different events, the poetry and prose series, Tuesday Voices. They also do the lit movie matinees, where they take a movie that was a book, and then they show the movie, and the library pays for the books as giveaways. So there's a lot of synergy happening, all based on kind of sprouting from the seed of NIGHTBRARY and Lunchberry. In the middle there, you see Derek from the planetarium. So we're always working with our partners to make sure that we're engaging our students. We also have a couple librarians not on this call, but I'll shout them out. Librarian Elena Celto, she does the NCLEX Jeopardy for the nursing program at the Altamont campus, which is primarily for the nursing students. And then librarian Amy Mendoza, she has this great escape rooms going on. So she does those, kind of Deadpool theme. She's got a new Superman movie one coming out. So all the librarians are getting on board with student engagement programs at each of the campuses and online. So Lunchberry, let's take a look and listen.
like thorns upon my ears. Do you have any gas money?
Awesome. So that's it in a nutshell. Library, Lunchberry, Nightberry. In the library is the third space. We provide credit for the first year experience students when they come and participate. And we have a daytime activity, the Lunchberry, and a nighttime activity, the Nightberry, all on the same day, Wednesday, 15 weeks in the fall and the spring with an added bonus, extended hours finals party for each term. Now let's take a look at the data. So the numbers show that Lunchberry and Nightberry are a big hit at Seminole State. Here you can take a look at the spring numbers. So we had 415 students sign in during the course of our spring 2025 activities. And 5 of those Lunchberry events drew in over 35 students. Nightberry, 839. When you add that up over the total, the average for each Nightberry for the spring of 2025 was 56 students coming in to the Nightberry. And the total gate count, it's on the Wednesday, we keep it on the same day for our spring 2025, was 12,206. Now, when we pull the scope back, we could take a look at when we first started in our little itty bitty baby infancy stage of the spring of 2022, 3,300. Then the spring of 23, 7,000, spring of 24, 10,400, and the spring of 25 surpassing all of it with that 12,206 number. So you could see the growth and you could see the investment, not only with the players and the director here on the call, but also the students. As time passes, they take ownership. We work with the Student Government Association on the campuses, and they really start making the library their home, and they make the Lunchberry and Nightberry events their own. So in total, for the spring of 2025 at Seminole State College of Florida, we had 179 total events. Woo! And over 3,300 total guests. And we're still trying to get more data. We work with our folks, our friends in the Office of Institutional Effectiveness and Research, and the numbers show that students who attend a Nightberry or a Lunchberry event have a higher completion rate than those who do not attend. Again, we're trying to work with them to open the scope on all the events so we can cover all of the data and see the completion rates. And Morgan will speak more about that in his breakout session. Now let's hear from the students.
You can socialize with people. It's really great, you know? Like, there's not a lot of events and stuff, and this is like one of the biggest events on campus, and it's great, and it's so fun.
What I love about Nightberry the most? What I love about Nightberry the most is being able to sing with other people and collaborate with others. It gets people out of their shell. It's very hard to put this thing on, but it gets people out of their shell, and it creates new friendship connections.
You are a certified Nightbarian. Tell me what you like about Nightberry the most.
I really like playing the games and
Yeah.
the puzzles.
Yeah. Cool, that's great.
What I love about Nightberry is just that, you know, just do anything. You can have fun doing whatever you want. So, and it's very musical. So that's the best part of it.
Awesome. Thank you to our students. And this was the closing picture of our spring 2025 finals party. Here centered sort of in the middle, holding up the mug. That is Ember. That is she was our art club president. And when we have students who come to many Nightberry, she came to 44 different total events. We added it up. But when they come to multiple events, we knight them. I don't know if you could see, but I'm doing the night thing. We knight them and we make them Nightbrarians. And because she was graduating, we celebrated her and another student, DJ, and gave them a personal specialized mug with their name on it. Just a little collaborative, a commemorative sort of token that we wanted to share with them on the rest of their learning journey. And we really, truly appreciate our students, and they are the fuel and they keep this thing going. And so that was your elevator pitch, your crash course of the Nightberry. So thank you very much. We'll open it up to the panel to see if there's any thoughts and discussion before we go into the breakout rooms. I tried to go as slow as possible for that delivery, by the way. I'll stop the screen share.
And if anybody wants to pop a question in the chat, that's fine. Or if you want to unmute and ask anything.
Ooh, it's right at 20 minutes.
I know, yeah, we're close. So
Timed
just
it
got a few.
perfectly. That was Groucho. Well, crickets, Nicole. A lot of crickets. I think they're still...
Any questions that might help you decide which breakout rooms to go to? Maybe that's a question too. All right, let's see.
B. Fisher 3, do we have a dedicated budget for events? Ooh, wait for Morgan in the breakout room with dedicated budget. I will say that it's low. You have the opportunity and you have the materials already. You have the space, you have the students, and I think that's enough to go on. Everything else has kind of been built up over time. So we established a great relationship with our foundation here at the college, and we started getting support. We're looking hopefully for, sky's the limit, pie in the sky, naming rights. We'd love to get, more opportunities to come in. But, you purchase an Xbox, you purchase a couple different games and here and there. I mean, it's not going to be a gigantic lift. I'm saying that, of course, I'm not the money person, but I'm saying we could get anything we want, and then Morgan reels me back in. But yes, check with Morgan on the specifics on the numbers. Question: do you operate these events? Nicole, do you have any questions? I could see some that are coming in.
Yeah. Do you operate these events with a joint use library? If so, how do you handle it?
Good question. We are not particularly joint use, but we are open to the public. So I guess in that respect, it's joint use. We have had folks who have come in and they've been like, what's going on over there? And they've got up and they're singing. Next thing I know, she's singing Whitney Houston. She's got her daughter singing with her. I mean, it's palpable when folks come into the library, and we want to make sure that everybody is able to participate. And again, that can open up to continuing education classes. It's all going to be class-based. They can go back and take other classes or learn more about the college. But when folks are here in the library, we want to make sure that they belong and that they're seen and that they matter. And I believe that all of that resonates with today's college students, but also in society too. So, okay.
I'll jump in real quick.
Please.
So it is a noisy event. Luckily, our main campus, the Sanford Lake Mary campus, has 2 floors. So the second floor is kind of our more quiet, steady space. And we actually have a quiet, steady room with a door that closes. So when people come in and they're like, oh, everything's a lot, we kind of send them to that room. We also have study rooms that they can book.
Great point, Claire. And at this point, too, it's part of, as we saw in the slide deck, they're learning about it before they even come to the college. So they're learning about it. It's kind of in the DNA, as it were. So they're prepared for it. And when they come, once they get a taste of it, they're making appointments and they're coming each week. Nicole, I can't imagine how many students we have right at 7:45 when we open, and they're there with their book bags. They put their book bags down. They're running all over the place. They're going to their classes. They're coming back. And then at 8, we're like, hey, bro, got to go.
Have to leave.
Like, no,
It's time to go.
We don't want to go.
Jason, real quick before we introduce the breakout rooms and head that way, Crystal's asking, do student clubs and college departments collab each NIGHTBRARY?
Ooh, that's a good question. Mainly the student clubs and the college departments are at the Lunchberry, but hey, Crystal, what's up? But everybody has the green light to come over. So for example, we worked with the international students. So one night for a couple hours, we did international karaoke. It could not be English songs, and that was a big hit. Nicole, what did you do? I think I did 99 Luftballons in German.
Oh, I did Rien de rien. No, je ne regrette.
What?
That's
What did you do?
Je ne regrette rien.
Yes,
Okay, okay.
So the opportunities really are for the Lunchberry, for the partnerships, but we're open to everything. And then we're also open to spinning off on that the Wednesday. The English department's Tuesday takeover is a great example. They're just like, all right, well, we'll take Tuesday. And Rostas is gaming on Monday. That originally came from NIGHTBRARY. What you got, Ross?
I was going to say that the chess club meets every Wednesday night at NIGHTBRARY. Like, that's a central focus of it. So, I mean, as far as club involvement goes.
Yep. I think you mentioned that's the Sanford Lake Mary Club of the Year, Ross. I believe.
I did mention that, yes.
Their awesome advisor who was apparently not a former international supermodel.
And Sean mentioned here, we have they have a program room and a community room that we use for events, but they are shared with the public library. Perhaps if we implement this, we would have to set standard hours to coordinate with the public side of things. And our noisiness is predictable every Wednesday night. So I think, yes, having a set schedule of things helps people avoid that noise if that's what they want to do. or participate in the noise if that's what they want to do.
Yeah, and we're looking for opportunities, again, to find a sense of belonging, to matter, to meet other folks, like-minded individuals. I can't tell you how many times the students come in, they don't know who from what, and at the end, they have everybody's social media, they're all on it, and they know each other, and they're all besties, and what have you. So they're in this world. And it's very, you can kind of see at the beginning, and many of our students for the program are going to be the first year experience students in the first year seminar. We get dual enrollment ones over the summer. We have our summer bridge program. So when they come in, a lot of times they're kind of like this, a little bit of a deer in headlights, and where is the what? And I don't really want to ask any questions. And they come to a couple Nightbraries and a couple Lunchbraries. And then by the end, they're like, chest out, and they're like, it's my Nightbrary, it's my Lunchbrary. And that's what we're looking for. I will ask all of you, what was your favorite and most memorable college experience? I don't see anything in the chat, and I don't hear anything. So this is what we're trying to answer. And many of them, as you heard from those testimonials, it's that. Of course, they're going to learn some other things, and maybe they'll forget about NIGHTBRARY. But for now, for this time, that's what we're looking for. Sean, graduation. Thank you, buddy, for chiming in. So now let's go to the breakout rooms. You have your opportunity. You have Morgan's got the admin support, and Andrea's got the social marketing, and Ross has the gaming, and Claire has the crafts, social crafting, and Nicole and I will be in the Lunchbrary. I think I'm just going to, let's see, what do? I hit this, and then I'm going to open all the rooms, and then you could just bounce into the different rooms. Sound good? Sound good. Some of that was great comedy, you guys. You missed a lot of great jokes. I heard them on mute. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We have about 30 more minutes. We'd like to kind of pick your brain. And we know librarians don't want to be put on the spot, but we'd love to have everybody kind of join in and see if you can come up with or piggyback, or maybe you want to take away something that we've presented here as the other folks are coming into the room. We appreciate you being here. This is our first time kind of doing this kaleidoscopic sort of outreach and engagement boot camp and shining a special spotlight on Seminole State College libraries. We've been doing this for a while now, as you saw, with regard to NIGHTBRARY and Lunchbrary, and that spawned off the gaming nights, and that spawned off the stitching circle. And the librarians really take ownership of it and agency, and the students really are looking for something to their community, right? They're here, they're taking classes, they're trying to figure themselves out. We're coming out of post-COVID. I'm not sure how many of you are information literacy instructors, but I don't know how many of you are getting up in front of students today, and these students are just talking to you and saying, hi, Jason, hi, I'll answer your question. No, it's this, and we're here, and we're not communicating, and we're in our zone. And then when they come to these outreach and engagement events, they're really starting to meet their people, and they're really starting to make connections with a Claire, and they're starting to play games with a Ross, and they're doing karaoke with the Nicole. And then they go, oh, hey, by the way, I got this weird research assignment. I got to find 3 sources. Can you help me? Yes, we can, because librarians are friendly and we're always available. So we're kind of taking the scenic route to getting to this information literacy instruction. And I realized that in the presentations, we really didn't talk about it, but it's there. It's salient. It's right there. And it's just kind of like a co-pilot. Oh, those are books? Oh, great. Oh, because you were doing the music over in the game. Oh, there's books here. Great. Oh, I can databases. So marketing room. Okay. Yes. Oh, marketing room. If you have questions, I'll put the slide up with all of our information. But let's see what you all are thinking and what you all got. I'm not going to call anyone out, Crystal from Florida State. I'm just saying, anybody at all? What's up, Nicole? What do you got?
If anyone has questions or anything they didn't get a chance to ask or talk about, pop it in the chat or unmute your mic. I think one of the things we had a trickle in and out of the NIGHTBRARY room. We really hammered home starting small is starting somewhere, and it's a good place to start, because when Jason, I don't know if you can pull up your slide of like all the things. That's not how it started. That happened over time. So I think that's really important to remember, because as someone who's worked with these programs for a while, I worry about, wait a minute, like I don't want anyone to be discouraged and think, oh, I can't possibly do all of that from the beginning. So like, let me just like back away and it's going to be hard. No, just start small. I think that's just absolutely key. There you go. Yeah.
Don't look.
Oh gosh. Oh. A journey of 1,000 miles begins.
Vertigo. We're going backwards. Oh, we should have done the presentation backwards at the end. JK.
And then we also talked a little bit about looking at mission statements and strategic plans at your individual institutions and finding language or elements of those things that you can glom onto, attach what you want to do at your library to those strategic plans, mission statements. That will be very helpful in defending it, since, you know, sometimes new things draw the ire of people that are unfamiliar with it, whether they be inside your library or outside. So that's very helpful. I think a good place to start.
Any questions, comments,
will
compliments?
there be a recorded link?
I think we're recording it. I think we're going to trim it down, and then
Maybe
we'll
Melissa can
put
help
those
us
up in
get it
chunks.
out.
Yeah, Melissa
Okay.
will help us. Shout out to
Melissa, help
Melissa.
us. Shout out to Melissa.
I will post it on our PDA LibGuide, and I also will be emailing it to everybody who registered and attended the event.
And for folks who are kind of coming into this and going, yeah, we really want to do it, but we're getting some brick walls and some red tape. If you want to share any of those stories, I think the main word that we insert there is going to be the student, right? How is it? How is today's student going to be affected? But more importantly, what about tomorrow's student? If you took a SWOT analysis of all of your campuses, whatever, if you're a university or a state college, I don't mean this with any disrespect. Why am I, as a student, coming to your library? I have so many other places that I can go. I have so many other places. I can go to the great sporting event. I can go over here to this little place. Oh, I like that tree. I'm going to go hang out there all the time. So how are you getting them into the library? What's the, not the carrot, but like, what are you guys doing for the student engagement? And I think having these discussions and just putting this boot camp on and having this great attendance means that it's there, it's potent, it's palpable. The students want to go somewhere. So, yes, PDA LibGuide. Will the breakout rooms? I'm not sure, Sean. I'm going to put up the slide. In fact, I'll do it right now.
Will the breakout rooms be in the recording? Melissa,
I don't know. I don't know if we were able to do that. I'm going to put up all of our emails.
I recorded mine, so that's been sent to Melissa. So I just recorded it the way I delivered it, and
there you go.
That will be added also to the recording section of the LibGuide for this event.
Is anyone doing anything at their campus now that they want to shout out? Anything comparable? Any student engagement events? We've heard, oh, we'd love to do this, but, or, oh, that sounds great. However, we'd like to shave off all of those buts and howevers and, and, oh, well, I could, but.
Or maybe if you want to throw in the chat or talk about, like, what do you see as your biggest obstacle that we might be able to address?
Puzzles are great.
Judith just got permission on puzzles. Has this become leverage for your libraries for budget, resources, and positions? Is it helping you grow or at least give you the safety to be left alone?
Oh, that's a Morgan Tracy question.
Yeah, I saw that. I mentioned to our group, and I think Jason mentioned to the wider group, the foundation really has been the key part of that as far as increased for funding. We're all in tight budget times, as I know we all are keenly aware of. It is a leveraging point for certainly keeping us going. Let me put it that way. It's in this climate, it's hard to ask for increased funding, but we did have the increased funding from the foundation, and that is significant because we were never able to buy food before, and now we can with our foundation dollars. And again, as I mentioned in my group, and I'll give them the broader shout out here, Nicole and Jason both have been very instrumental in that because they volunteered to work at our foundation fundraiser year after year and get to know the people in the foundation. And those relationships helped, lead to that, was an instrumental factor in that. It's given, let me put it this way, even aside from just budget numbers, what it's given is a real positive view of the library on our campus. I don't think Jason mentioned yet that we won our college-wide Pathfinder Award for the most, I don't know what exactly, I should know exactly what it is, but it's basically the Department of the Year kind of award. And we won it a couple of years ago because, in large part, to LunchBrary and NIGHTBRARY. And so the perception, while it doesn't always necessarily like they're just throwing money at us, but the perception is very high. The respect, the regard for the library is very high across the college campuses because of the work that Jason and all the folks on this call have done. it really does make it, when you have conversations, they're very positive. And that's a game changer because it can lead to other things.
We're in the chat now. Therapy dogs, always a big hit. Pop-up libraries sounds awesome. Reading clubs. We've done book clubs. We've done silent book clubs. We're also hopefully going to be doing another college read. Pop-up concerts. Again, any of this stuff sounds great. You should probably have a music department, maybe at your college, or performing arts, or somebody that you can link up. Again, it goes back to partnerships and collaborations and co-creations. There you go, Brittany.
And on that note, I knew that name. I was like,
Nicole.
oh, it's Brittany. It's from a million
What's
years
a ghost
ago.
hunting kit?
So another layer to this that, again, we did not start with. So as students became more comfortable with the space, comfortable with us, as they're attending NIGHTBRARYs, lunchberries, we're seeing them over and over again. We're getting to know their name. They wanted more ownership, responsibility. They would volunteer. Hey, can I run the karaoke tonight? It's like, sure. Or, hey, I noticed there's not enough paint in the art supply area. Can we do a fundraiser and buy some more paint, or whatever it may be? And in our system where we actually take attendance for our events, students have to sign into it. It's campus labs, which a lot of schools have. Ours is called Greater Connect. There's Bulls Connect for USF. We can tally student volunteer hours. So again, this is not a place to start. I think you have to kind of get a foothold and then build this in. But the amount of work and enthusiasm and progress that can be made with letting students participate actively in like helping or even hosting with events is absolutely huge. It gives them development opportunities, which is what higher education is all about, right? Transformative experiences, development of skills, leadership, involvement. It further helps them create the community and the social connections. So I would advocate hugely for this. But again, I would take it, baby steps, because, you don't want to all of a sudden have like 20 students want to do a million things. It has to be scalable for you and your team. But usually it's kind of like very organic to fewer students to be very, very involved. And then others kind of collect like ducklings behind, and catch on to that.
Yeah, we're big with our student leaders in the clubs.
Yeah,
we
it's
also
huge.
have our student advisory council for all of Brary. They are the Brary Bunch, and they sign up and they put in the hours, and that goes on the resume. Again, all of this stuff is big picture. It's always to help the student. So when you're getting into these conversations and someone's saying, oh, but where's the data? And you haven't done a research, and boy, where's the what? The student, what's the student doing now? Are they in the library? Are they somewhere else? Let's get them into the library. And so how do we do that? Well, we have to become crafty. And let me ask you another question. These are many librarians or library staff or library directors. Where's the value? Who's giving you the value for you and your library but you? So this is all kind of in the same boat of like, go out there, do the thing, people will come, do the thing, people come, and then it'll just keep happening. And we've been blessed to have this kind of great momentum. But as you saw the numbers in at the very beginning, it wasn't necessarily like that. And now we're having some good feedback in the chat. I think many of you are doing a lot of these great engagement activities. I think the feedback that we keep hearing is my library director, ... or my admin director, ... or their senior vice president, ... I would try to advocate, maybe get them in the library, have the conversation with them and see what the story is with these students. What are they, how is the library impacting their life? Put that in your annual report, put their testimony in your annual report. We're doing this for, to get Viva la Library in here, but like, this is, who's doing it? If it's not us, who's doing it?
Jason, Claire, Ross, has there been anything that just didn't work? Brittany's asking. I remember when we did academic-based trivia, nobody came to that. Anything else that
our
think of?
first round of NCLEX Jeopardy was not, nobody went for it. We had to actually end up partnering with the faculty. And then the faculty promoted it basically as, oh, this is a fun way to review for your quiz next week, hint, hint, hint. We've also struggled to get our stitching circle to have a continuous group at the Oviedo campus. We're trying something fun over the summer where we meet every single week on either Tuesday or Wednesday. We're going to see if just having a consistent presence there kind of ups the participation. But sometimes you just throw stuff at the wall and it doesn't work, and you try something different and now it works.
And I'm going to come in with a different answer. It worked because you tried it. So, I mean, it's very subjective of what didn't work. You mean 1 billion people didn't come to your stitching event? 1 billion people didn't play games or sing karaoke? Hey, we've had the tumbleweeds, especially over the summers. It's kind of our light NIGHTBRARY over the summers. But
this came up a couple times. When you start something, you have to, like we've found, you have to like do the thing. Like if you're like, hey, we're going to do karaoke, well, it's probably you and your colleague. If there's no student takers stepping up to the plate to do karaoke, it's going to be the people hosting the program to start it. Same thing with gaming. I mean, you set up a chess game. Okay, hey, everybody come in and play chess. But if you're sitting there and playing chess, it's like, oh, people are playing chess. Let's go play with them.
And keep in mind, this is about partnerships. This is about meeting the students. Primarily, many of them are the first-year experience students. We want to give them an awesome learning journey at the library. Let's meet them right at that point. All the librarians on this call, we were embedded. We're embedded in the IDS 1107 class. We are right there riding with them the entire way. They play chess with us. Then they hit us up and say, hey, what's up with the research? And then they say, hey, well, I'm thinking of transferring. What am I going to do? I mean, this is how it all comes out. But it's built on the music, the games, the art, and I would also advocate for the wellness in no particular order or hierarchy, but that's a pretty easy component to have. Then you're going to have somebody say, well, who's buying all the board games and how much budget do we need or this and that? I get it. I'm totally with you. But if you want to have a party at your house and your parents are away, you're going to have a party at your house and the parents are away. You're going to put the party on. Let's put the party on and have some fun. The chat's blowing up here, Nicole. Yoga, we do yoga. We've done chair yoga. We've done yoga with the yoga mats. I've asked Morgan if we can do goat yoga. I still have not heard back from him on how to procure a goat. Clearly, I'm joking. But again, some of these ideas clearly aren't going to work. But when you're thinking about the music in the library, we showcase the theater department. We showcase the jazz combo. And the Center for Fine and Performing Arts, you mean they're not going to be on board with that? They're looking for a place to perform, and that gives the students an alternative venue. How is that going to be, when they transfer and they say, well, what's the craziest, or where have you performed? Oh, we performed in our library. Well, huh? What? So again, we're making these memories and we're making the opportunities for these students where in the library. We're full stop. The library is the third space. That is the motto. That is the mantra outside of the home and outside of the classroom that we're really trying to build. And I think we've done a great job of building it.
You guys brought therapy dogs on campus, correct?
Yeah, well, there's different partnerships. Andrea works with them. Nicole's worked with them. I think there's different folks, but yeah.
Morgan, what hoops did you have to jump through to get that accomplished?
Andrea, you want to take that one? Because it's been a while since Andrea's done a great. Nicole did it before Andrea.
We tried a few years ago, and it was. I like to try again. It's just
when we started. It was passed over to me by, I think it was Kelly Diaz.
Yeah.
We went with a new company because they had an employee that worked in the College of Education, and I got their information. We went through legal, so we passed it through our what's it called?
Risk management kind of?
Risk management.
Yeah, that's what
and so it was on the books, and we got it on the books so to make sure that if there was any incident or any situation, and they have a lot of those companies have insurance, but that would be a consideration. But your risk management would vet that.
That's what y'all went through. Okay.
See,
Sean has a question.
Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, this is actually to answer your question. Royce, is that correct? For the therapy dogs?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. We at our campus, we often have a list of vendors we trust for the therapy dogs. They're all usually insured, and we usually maintain communication with them so that they know that we regularly plan events on certain times a year. Like we actually have finals week therapy dogs, which is like at the end of the term every semester. So we have that. Also, they know that we have an event on International Day of Kindness. So I think if you regularly host events, like it's probably good to build like kind of a relationship with one of the organizations you trust, and then make sure they're insured, and also because there is risk management, and also we often have to have the students fill out a signed form saying that they can connect to the dogs too, because what happens is
Liability waiver.
liability, exactly. So like we actually had to start instituting that after we updated some things. So because like it is technically not a service animal.
Yeah.
So that's another thing to consider too.
It comes up in almost every meeting when we brainstorm, and so
Yeah.
but we did I did bring it up a few years ago, and it met some resistance, but it might be time to try again. So
on the time to try again, we teamed up with I forget which group it was, but we had like a bunch of stuffed animals. We had like therapy animal. They were like stuffies. I don't know if that's what they're called. I don't know. But then they shared them with each other, and then they were in the cozy corner. It was like a whole animal farm of stuffed animals. Again, they can go anywhere on the campus. Why are they coming to the library? How do you get them to come in? If therapy dogs doesn't work, then maybe you pivot and go somewhere else. A partnership can help. A partnership within the college can help. Our student life, when we first got together with them, we were trying to figure things out. They had a schedule. We had a schedule. We're trying to figure things out. And now it's like, okay, we're in full coordination, great communication. And again, they bring their events into the library, and that's the place. Everyone knows it as the Cozy Corner now. In spring of 2022, nobody knew that from anything. We have a giant sign outside of the library that now says library. The students are making the Cozy Corner. They also painted another sign for us. So they're getting the ROI that they want. They're putting the investment in. They just need the place to come hang. We start offering free coffee. We have a microwave. It's like everything but the kitchen sink. In fact, we have a kitchen sink. So every single thing that we can do, we want to add value to their learning experience. And I do think that makes the library the third space. Morgan and I wrote an article in a book that I think is going to come out at some point in time. And we're still trying to advocate and toot this horn, as it were. And we appreciate all of you coming on the call today, which sounds like you want to try to do something or are doing something similar at your institution. And we could be from anywhere. Is everyone just from Florida, or are we from everywhere? We're from all over, right? So we all want to do this. So we all have the students. What about today's student? And what about tomorrow's student? And I think those are pretty potent questions. Okay, Wisconsin, we see you. North Carolina, okay. Nice. Well, thank you all for joining. Our slide, I think you can see the slide with all of our contact information. You can get at us. Illinois, okay. Great. North Carolina. Yes, everybody, why don't you go ahead and put where you're at in the chat? We
Sean,
do a roll call.
Sean, we hung out with you before. You were on.
Yeah, Sean's been on a couple.
Yeah.
Sure. Crystal, we see Crystal. Brittany. Oh, yeah, over right here. Chicago, Minnesota, Atlanta. Tallahassee. Okay, Florida State, we got you. Well, and again, to drill down, are you university or are you college? Not that there's any difference. We're just trying to play the little game here.
And Royce, you said St. John's that's a state college, and your campus is going to have dorms, or they already have them?
Yes, they're opening in fall of 25. Yes.
Okay. And I think right around the corner from us, Daytona State, their main campus, they've had dorms now for a year.
I believe
so. That's okay.
And they're right down the road from us.
Yeah.
Got a lot of universities here. Awesome.
Florida.
And I do wonder, I mean, the reason that I bring that up is we've done a few of these different presentations. We've done it for different outlets, and I do wonder if there's some sort of marginal discrepancy between a university and a college with regard to this, with regard to budget and funds and red tape and bureaucracy, or even just we've never done that before, or getting one of these and somebody saying, get off my lawn. Again, where's the student? How can the student come in? Where's the student testimonial? What's their story? They have to be looking for a place of belonging, a sense of mattering. And I think that the library gives it to them. In fact, I know that they do. And then the partnerships, when we have somebody like the Arts and Letters Department, we just had a meeting with them earlier this month, which is June. They've already planned something for November, a full day across all of the campuses. We have technically four campuses and online, and they've already mapped the entire thing out. And I was like, bowing to them, saying, thank you so much. This is what we're looking for. It takes the pressure and the onus off of us. We just say, hey, come on in. We give you the keys. Let's go. And I think that opens up to what you saw on the slide deck in the first presentation and naming of these different spaces is we're reimagining the library space. We are taking Raghunathan's, the fifth law of library science, right? The library as a space, as a place, and it is turning. So the tire screeching and the record scratching and going, music or noise in the library, the blasphemy. You guys saw the pictures and you saw the videos and you've seen the numbers. So it's working here, and it's not an anomaly. It works. It doesn't have to be every single day. It is partitioned out, but when it works, it pops. And when we have 83 people coming to our NIGHTBRARY's finals party, and I'm going, Nicole, let's try to get 15 more in so we can hit 100. They're making those memories with each other. And again, they're taking the pictures. They're on the Instagram, Snapchat, all that fun stuff. Okay, great. All right. Well, it looks like we have 8 more minutes. Any last questions, concerns, compliments? Any compliments? Melissa, you got any compliments?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank y'all so much for doing this. It was amazing.
I got you, Crystal.
Yeah.
We'll get you.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you for this wonderful presentation. It was really good. I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to more.
Great. Thank you all very much. Stay in touch. You have our emails. Do it for the students. Thank you. Thank you. This is where we all say thank you when we peel off and wave. Okay, thank you.
Appreciate all the information. Thank you all.
The outro music. Ba-da-ba-ba-doo-boom.
Wonderful afternoon.
There we
Even
go.
better.
Thanks, Royce.
Bye-bye.
Congrats again, buddy.
I'll be in touch soon.
Okay.
Bye.
And there they go, Melissa. Just like they signed in, they must sign out.
Thank y'all so much. This was amazing.
Cool. Thank you so much. Let us know if you need anything with regard to the templates or the slide decks or recordings or I don't know, whatever. But
just send me the recordings when you're ready. I'll pop them up.
Yes, Sarah, that ghost kit. That sounds spookily spectacular. I will work on that. Thank you very much. All right.
We also got ghost books to go with it. So
that sounds great
because make sure we had all of this stuff they might want.
Awesome. So. Because usually around Halloween, we have our Fright Brary. And
we made sure we had it all available for the week of library and of Halloween, and they were checked out the minute I got them up there.
I bet.
So
a good problem
to have.
Checked
out a lot. So, but yeah, hit me up and I can send you the list of stuff we have in it.
That sounds great. Thank you, Sarah. Thanks for coming.
Yep. Thank you again.
Okay, bye. All right, everyone. I think that's it.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye, Melissa. Feel better.
Thank you.
Melissa. Okay.
Bye.
Signing off.